to a quiet night in the Shire. We are getting our way through some of Christmas presents. It has been a busy 2024. All those of us down in the Shire, we had a nice camping trip and all that stuff entailed after the holidays, but now we're back. Now we're back here enthusiastic about the RevoSlot that you see right there. So just a quick little introduction to the one I got. Nothing here. Again, I mentioned about the fact that a lot of, well known what you can do to quiet these cars down, make them handle better with a bit of tape in between spots, and maybe add the additional, rubber, washers in between the body post screws. Great cars, good, fast, consistently run cars, these RevoSlots. So here's what I got on Christmas morning, and we'll get a closer look at it right now. This one is been waiting for me patiently, and I am very excited about this one right here. This is a unique car to me because I have always been of the opinion, based on the simple fact that I love Porsches, that in the GT1 era, it has really, for me, always been about the Porsche 911 GT1. And so this is another GT1 car here, and it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I ended up with the green mirrors on my version. Let's get in a little bit closer, and a huge thank you to Alan at 132slotcar.us for making this happen. My order got lost in the shuffle, and we communicated. He found it, and he put it in the mail next day, and it still arrived to be under the tree for me for Christmas. So that is just amazing stuff. And let's take in that car for a minute. Just absolute beautiful lines. I can get used to that real quick. There's no doubt about that. Something about that GT1 era that combines just the concepts of GT racing, bringing you back to the era of, Group 2, Group 5, all those things where they took a sedan and they just blew up the fenders and they widened the car. It's not your grandma's Mercedes, that's for sure. My goodness, that is beautiful car. So that's going to be a fun tune. Nothing overly complicated about this tune. Let's just, I think we're going to have to pause for a minute and do some deconstruction. Of course, you're given the magnet and the complimentary Deepwood guide, which we will be using. All right, now that we're out of the box here, we will bring some more light on the subject. Now, don't know that I'm going to go through a tuning video on this car. I just wanted to show off how beautiful it is, because it is truly beautiful. In the spirit of most of the cars that are in the longer version from RevoSlot, most are recommending that you take advantage of moving these to pod float screw and nuts to the front. Now, I didn't do that on my 911 GT1, not the Evo. So I have a 96 911 GT1 with the sort of paint splatter colors on it the year before. They actually made it even lower. And again, the Porsche that looks nothing like a Porsche, but everything like a Porsche. So I might move these up here and try it as well. We won't be using the RevoSlot rubber, but that's okay. We'll be putting quick slicks on here, probably leave the fronts as is and coat them. We'll be deconstructing the entire car and making sure we'll be realigning these ball bearings and everything there. And again, we're going to take advantage of replacing this with with the deep wood guide, and we won't be worried about the spring action as far as that goes. But just such quality components, you know. Just when it comes to RevoSlot, just I can already feel how nice that gear lash is. Oh my goodness, just a wonderful, wonderful car. These are just great cars for home track. They're great cars. You can run a RevoSlot on a commercial track because the buildup of speed that you can get from a 21,000 RPM motor can be handled on the commercial track because of the simple fact that this car weighs 100 grams. So that's a really outstanding thing. The detail on this car is just, from RevoSlot, you always know what you're going to get. It's just absolutely beautiful stuff, right down to the rims, the BBS spokes there. The little man in there, which is, oh, I couldn't tell you, and then the name's not on the driver's door, but just absolutely a beautiful, beautiful livery. I wanted to do something a little bit different. The number 3 also means something to me. So there you have it. Just a really, really nice, clean car. Outstanding work from RevoSlot. And oh, by the way, you also get an extra Mercedes emblem in there in case you knock that off. And you also get 2 more mirrors as well, along with the deep wood guide. So just an exciting car here. Not really too much to do. Maybe the smallest amount of weight if it needs it. But we'll go ahead and we'll get our pod set up with the tape in between the screw and the brass nut, and just make sure everything else is in good alignment as far as the ball bearings that are inside of all of these axle blocks. And there's not much else to it really besides that. Maybe some axle spacers if needed, but these cars have been done many times over, and I don't think we're going to go through a tuning video necessarily on a RevoSlot car. Maybe, we'll see. But if you have this one, enjoy it, because I know I'm going to. So that's all for now, and you know, do all those things you want to do. If you want to put the tape in between the chassis and the motor pod, and those holes for the screw and nut, you know, if you want to make sure it's aligned, and you know, get all those torque screws in the right way, and not much else, you know, to do with these cars. Change out to a deep wood guide if you've got a wood track. Man, you get what you pay for with these RevoSlots. They're awesome slot cars. What else, you know, what else can you say but that one sentence right there? So can't wait to see if this turns out anywhere near close to like my white kit, my Marcos LM600, or if it's somewhere in the middle, like a CLK. That's still my great. It's the Tom's 37. I mean, how can you not love that Castrol car? Too. I mean, we all know it. It screams the real thing, and it screams Gran Turismo. So there's that too. And then, you know, I've got that 911 GT1. They're just, RevoSlot cars are just so well made, backed by that BRM name. So shoot, get yourself one if you haven't. But thanks for watching. Thank you to all my subscribers. Keep subscribing out there. Encourage all of you, if you like this kind of content, if you like seeing me mess with the cars. I got some more track work to do. Hopefully we're going to get working on a forest. It's going to show up right there at the top of the hill climb. That'll be a nice one. And I've got a big video that needs to be edited. It's too dark. You can't see the Rolex bridge behind me, but if you've seen it and you know on Facebook, wow, I love how that worked out. So anyway, that's all for now from Hobbit Racing. Thanks for watching.
If you don't subscribe to Hobbit Racing, I'll poke you with my staff. Pokey, pokey, pokey.
She will poke you with her staff.